This gentleman, I think this. Everybody has been discussing. Everybody's seen it. There's a show called Drink Champs.
Oh, here we go.
Right now.
Kanye West.
That's your boy.
He went on to Drink
He
Champs.
even looked lost in this picture. Look at his eyes. Lord have mercy.
And in the interview, after the interview, it stayed on for about maybe a day, and it was removed from YouTube.
Wow.
I don't know who actually saw the interview. I actually watched it. I actually watched most of the video. It was a 3-hour interview. I probably watched 2 hours and a half of it. I'm not gonna say when I watched it, but I watched a good 2.5 hours.
I'm not gonna tell you when.
Did anybody catch it besides me?
We just watched.
Yeah, I caught it that day, and I was watching it. Well, I was multitasking. I was doing a couple of things at the same time, but I was kind of listening to it. And yeah, he kind of messed up because there's certain groups you can go after, and there's certain groups you can't go after. And
I think he missed his mama, and so he don't know what to do but act crazy.
He do miss his mama, but he is not crazy.
He ain't crazy.
Come on with it,
I said he
KTZ.
acting crazy. I just said he is crazy.
Hold on, everybody. Come on with it, KTZ. Come on with it. Come on with it.
We just said the first hour and a half of this interview that we just sat here and watched, he was speaking some truth. He was speaking truth to power. And it's crazy because what he was saying is that the Jewish media dictates what is put out about Black people.
Yeah.
How we look to each other, how we look to the country,
Absolutely.
in broader circumstances. So,
Absolutely.
For white people or these Jewish white people to control these media outlets and dictate how Black people look, he is speaking out about him representing himself. Right.
If you grew up in New York, you already know that Jewish people run all the banks.
Right.
They run all the money. If you pay attention and you have children in school in North Carolina, you notice they have these random days off. They're not random. They're Jewish holidays because we are honoring the money. And whoever controls the money in the United States controls the United States. That's that.
So Kanye West is saying he got money too. Period.
It ain't Jewish money though.
It's enough Black people. It's enough Black billionaires in the United States with money that could compete on a level with some serious.
But they won't, because you know what's the difference between Black people with money and Jewish people? Jewish people come together. We don't.
Right.
But
Jewish people came together and was like, we.
That's what he's saying. He is trying to put it in perspective.
But it's not going to. What the problem is the right person is not communicating that. I'm just being real with you.
It's just that
Kanye the right person, y'all. Kanye West 2024.
But because the power of the media, his being right now is so misconstrued as if he's having a mental breakdown.
Right.
To identify what is what. That's the real power struggle that we are not. Because listen, because he'll get on an interview with Carson. What's the other when we talked about it?
Carson, whoever he was, Tucker. Carson Tucker. You know, Carson Tucker. He just did another ABC interview too.
But not only that. All right, he's doing all of this because he got a plan.
I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
But at the same time, the media is gonna make him misconstrued to be crazy because some of the answers that he is doing.
But who is he making him sound crazy to? Because the white people don't think he's crazy. We think he's crazy.
When he said George Floyd's death was not from the knee, but from
fentanyl.
That's Candace Owens. That's the puppet in him. Because sometimes.
Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Has anybody seen the autopsy report?
That don't mean nothing either.
I looked up what the autopsy report said, and I seen an article on Reddit, and the autopsy report did say that they couldn't conclusively state that he died from asphyxiation, but that seems to be but he was strangled. Like they ruled the cause of death as strangulation.
But why would
So I got a question for people who say
of drugs in the system as well, which I think that was something that was worked out between both parties on the lawyer tip. You know what I'm saying? As far as how they move forward.
Hey, so if he was, let's say he was overdosing and the cop didn't kill him. All right, so if somebody's overdosing on drugs, how the hell is putting your knee on their back for 8 minutes helping you? It's still evil.
Good point.
It's still evil.
Maybe y'all don't realize that
it really is irrelevant.
Of that sends a clear message. It is evil. It's there, like you right about that. It ain't no easing that tension about how the relationship between the police and black people. Like we already know that.
I don't think that George Floyd's death, we keep addressing the symptom and not the root. The root was a recharge of mental slavery. That's what it was. We're going to keep playing it over and over and over again to fill you with fear. You made an excellent point that Jewish people control the media. Why wouldn't you think they control what we see? Why wouldn't you think that they control autopsy reports? So their money only controls certain things? No, they dictate the narrative. And the narrative is, oh, y'all think y'all getting somewhere? Let me show you we still can have our knee on your neck. Period. It doesn't matter if he was high. It didn't matter if he wasn't high. It was to instill fear. It was to instill discord. That's the same thing they're doing with Kanye, because the white people aren't saying he's crazy. We saying he's crazy. So we're not coming together. We are still divided. There would be no reason to take his YouTube podcast down if he was crazy. Show that. Show he crazy. But they're taking it down, and they gave us enough for us to go, well, you know Kanye crazy, and move on.
But look, they're saying he's crazy too, but they'll be glad to use him. Like the right wingers, they'll be glad to use him. You know, while he's doing what he's doing. All right, they're glad to use him. That's why Tucker Carlson's glad to interview him. Candace Owens is glad to put the hand up his butt and have him speaking the talking points. I mean, it is what it is. You know.
So Facebook, hold on. Facebook user says, "Can you hear me?" Facebook user says the drugs George Floyd made him paranoid and hard to control. How would y'all restrain a drug addict?
If that was the case, why did we arrest the person who was doing us the civil duty of restraining a drug addict?
Hold on 1 second, KTZ. It's on you, Pearl.
I said, if that was the case, and I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying it's not, why put those people to jail? Why even send them to prison? Why? If they were doing us a citizen's arrest or doing the best for society and maintaining and restraining a drug addict, there are so many narratives that we've been fed that we actually believe that they're truth. That's what it is. We've been fed so much of the narrative. We are calling them truth when it may not be. Okay, he was on drugs. So what? What about the meth heads that go around shooting people? They don't put their knee in their neck.
Mo JT is on you. Hold on, Ty, because Mo JT, she's been trying to say something for a minute. Mo JT is on you. You got the floor.
I'm saying drug users are not. The way you treat people as a public servant is very important. So painting the picture of drug use as a reason for deceasement is crazy. It's asinine because it's saying that people that use drugs are acceptable to be killed, like animalistic. So you got to treat them like, you got to restrain them like animals because they're addicts. So my question is, why does Kanye bring that up?
Well, I think. Well, can we say, because he wore the White Lives Matter shirt, and he says that his reason for doing that is to point out what Black Lives Matter wasn't. So I think with him bringing that up is saying that it was maybe something used to hype up a Black Lives Matter movement that really wasn't for the people. And I might be.
They're late on that. We've been finding the organization was jacked up. They're late on that. They're just using that to push the agenda. We've been knew that.
So I have a question. Kanye West also in that interview because I believe a lot of people are ready to